A bit of a different video today. This isn't going to be a slideshow, just going to be some background footage. Today, I want to just kind of tell a small story about myself. So, I hate losing. I've never liked losing before, and it's not like a sore loser thing where it's like I lose and I'm like, well, it's this person's fault, or like it's X's fault. No, it's just I've always liked winning, and I've always hated losing. It's been that way for nearly as long as I can remember. When I was like 5, 6, 7, 8, I was a bit competitive, but I didn't have places to like use my competitiveness to like win something. So from like a child up to like 9 years old, I was fine. I didn't really have any problems with losing or winning because they weren't really concepts in my mind at that point. But I got to about like maybe 10, 11, or 12. I don't remember. Let me do the math quick. No, yeah, I would have been 11. So when I was around 11, I got Rainbow Six Siege. And if you guys know what game that is, you'll know it's the best FPS that has ever came out. Is what I would have called it, a couple of years ago. I think it's not that great now, but enough said. I got Rainbow Six Siege in 2017 when White Noise was the operation. So like, this is like pretty OG. Like I'm a decent OG player. And that game, holy fuck, like that game got me, bro. Like I was playing it every day after school. It was great. I was playing that game every day. I was playing ranked, and I didn't immediately start not like to lose, but like as I played it, I would I would win, I would lose games, and I'd notice the losses made me feel a little bit like upset, like not super upset, but I would feel like what's the word like I'm really trying to figure the word here. It's like yeah, disproportionately upset to like the actual game. Like the game could have been like a fun loss and it could have been like a close game, but I would feel unproportionately upset. And this would kind of be at that level for a while. And I started playing other games. I started playing like Fortnite and Rocket League, and I play like COD multiplayers with my friends. I'd play GTA, GTA races with my friends, and I was very competitive in these things. I would like try my best to win, and the losses would be annoying, but not that bad. But Siege was really the main one, and I played Siege for a long, long time, up until maybe like year 6 or 7. Don't type the funny joke in the comments. I'll ban you. Right? I played until like year 7, where but like the game kind of tapered off. Also, okay, no, sorry. In year 3 and 4, I was a part of this team. Like we weren't anything crazy, but like we were a console team, and we played in tournaments. I had a lot of fun. But the problem was, I noticed when we lost, I would get like irrationally upset. And now I wouldn't like lash out at anyone because that's just childish and stupid. Never mind the fact that I was like 14 at the time. I would never lash out at people. But like I noticed I just hated losing. And I didn't really have like a solution for not hating losing. So I was like, okay, I guess I just don't like losing. And then it came to year 6, 7. I kind of stopped playing Siege because it was turning into something that I personally didn't want the game to be and not what I enjoyed. So I slowly stopped playing it. Same thing with Fortnite, Call GTA. Like the passion for these games kind of just died down because I either got bored of them or they started becoming things that I didn't want in the game and like what I wanted to play. Then in when did Overwatch 2 come out? I think it was 2022 or 2020. No, it was 20. Okay, it was either 2022 or 2023. Now this is where shit gets crazy. For about a while, I don't remember how long. I got bought into Overwatch by my friends because they used to play Overwatch. Like whilst I was playing Siege and all these other games, they kind of had Overwatch as their other main game, and I just like I never saw the appeal. But when Overwatch 2 came out, actually no, I bought Overwatch 1 in about season 34. Like that's when I officially bought the game. Then Overwatch 2 came out. So that was a bit of a piss take, but it's fine. And it was fun. I was just learning at this point. At this point, losing, I didn't really care because I was playing with my friends like all the time. and then I unlocked ranked, and I started playing ranked, and it was fun, and I enjoyed it, and I kind of realized, wait, I'm probably gonna play Overwatch a lot because every other game is feeling a bit shit. So fast forward to about what's the month before August? April, May, June, July. Yeah, so fast forward to about July of 2024. This is when I started getting serious about like trying to get good at Overwatch. So like for the whole time I was playing Overwatch 2, I was enjoying it. I was having fun. You know, the losses were a bit annoying. The wins felt cool. But it wasn't until July where like I actually started taking Overwatch seriously, and I wanted to improve at it. So I started watching, educational videos, Spylo, Cadril, Awkward. I even bought Awkward's Rank Up Academy for like a couple of months because like I thought the service was like looking good. And I improved a lot from that. I got good. But then I noticed that as I started playing, and at this point I'm kind of solo queuing a lot more, I noticed that the losses were like really hitting me hard, and I felt really frustrated and like kind of helpless about these losses because as I was getting better, obviously you probably have this same experience. You feel like your teammates are just always trash. Like you're just the best. The enemies suck, but somehow you lose because your team is just trash, right? I started to get feelings like that, but eventually in about maybe October, November, I started seeing just a bunch of different like content creators and YouTubers like just like talking about taking like self accountability and like not worrying about the loss too much, and I started to implement that. So first, I started to become more self accountable, and it wasn't an easy goal, an easy journey. I would still have moments where like I would blame people for things that weren't their fault at all and they were actually my fault. But slowly I started to become more like aware of when I would do these things, and I would tell myself, no, actually, it's I could have played better, and that helped me feel better about the loss. Now I still hate losing, but it helped me feel better about the losses because I could learn something from the losses because I was more self accountable, and that gave me things to work on. And when I had things to work on, I had less time to focus on the feeling of like anger and like injustice almost from losing, and I could just focus on improving. The second thing was just understanding that losses are just a part of being competitive. If you are in a competitive sport or whatever, and you're a competitive person, you are going to win, you are going to lose. I don't think there's a single person in any video game, sport, or whatever who has a 100% win rate. And if they do, they're just world class, talented person, cool. But 99.9% of people do not have a 100% win rate, and I started to internalize that. I was like, okay, naturally, I'm just gonna lose. So I started to accept that. Now again, these losses still kind of upset me, but as I started playing and focusing purely on my improvement through December, January, February, March, I started to become a more grounded player. And another thing that helped me was just understanding that my skill as I improved it would just correlate in me ranking up. Like I didn't have to worry about the rank that much because as I became a better player, I would just get into a higher rank because I'm genuinely better than people in my current rank. So I would just go up. It was a really cool grab, but they had life over. But yeah, as I got better, I would rank up. So I really started focusing on just pure improvement, like through like January to like now, basically like from January, I started just purely focusing on pure improvement. I would lose games and I would go, okay, I feel like shit as I always do, and I probably always will. Losses piss me off, but I'm now at this point where I can see the mistakes I made, not look at what my teammates do at all, like rarely. I can find the lessons in these losses, and then I can keep improving from them. And that kind of like not fixed how I feel about losses, but it helped me understand how to live with losing. Because in life, you are going to lose in Overwatch, in other games, in sports. You are going to lose just in general. You could like sprain your ankle. You lost there, or like you could wake up late. You lost. You could stay up too late on TikTok scrolling. You lost, right? But these losses aren't purely bad things. They're lessons. Every time something bad happens to you, like whether it's something you did to yourself or something that happened to you, there's always going to be something you can learn from it, even if it wasn't completely your fault. There's always going to be something you can learn, and then you can take that into the next day, into the next game, and focus not on the sensation of losing and the frustration, but on making the next time better. And that, I think, is a really like just healthy mindset. Because when you're focused on on the loss in Overwatch, for example, you can tend to get very toxic, tilt, play worse, which is gonna make you lose more. And then you know if you've gone into that cycle before, you get exactly what I mean. But seeing these losses as opportunities to improve really is like a good mental like map. Because like it just like, oh, okay, I lost. So what? I have something to improve on now, and now you can become a better person. I don't really know where I'm going with this video. I just in this recent drives, for Overwatch. If you don't know what drives are, at the end of the season for a few days, you can earn like comp points and this little player tag. But typically, the match quality is going to be a lot worse because more people are going to be playing in competitive modes to get these drives. Especially people who might not play ranked as much, and that can just feel bad. But with with these mindsets that I've learned, like self accountability, learning that you're just gonna lose anyway, you're not gonna have a 100% win rate, and learning and understanding that you can learn from these losses to become a better person, a better player. It's like really helped me understand that you're gonna go on win streaks and loss streaks in these drives, and you're gonna have trash teammates who go 9 and 15 on Doomfist, and like it's gonna piss you off. It still pisses me off. I hate losing. Like I said, I still hate losing, but I've been able to turn losing into something productive instead of something that just happens to me and something that only happens to me and I'm just cursed to lose forever. No, I've gone from a person who's seen these losses as like a personal offense against me from the universe to like something that I can learn from. And I think that's very special as like a person, because like if you can do that in Overwatch, if you can take that anger and injustice and the frustration and turn it into something that makes you a better player, you can do that in any aspect of life and significantly improve your life. For example, if you're a fat person, like no offense, like if you're fat, you like you're obese, you could either be mad that you're obese and blame the food, blame the people around you, blame that things are too expensive, whatever, and then just keep getting fatter. Or you could see that you're fat, you're still allowed to be upset by that fat. Just like you're still allowed to be upset that you are not not where you want to be. But you understand that there is things you can do, mindsets you can kind of like undertake that will help you get to where you want to be from that position of being fat. And then over time, like over the months, you're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna have losses. You know, you're gonna cheat on your diet because like your mental health isn't that great. So then you improve that. Or like you know like different things happen, right? But over time, you will kind of learn from these mistakes, fix them slowly, and then over time, you'll kind of realize that you have achieved your goal of becoming not fat and becoming, you know, let's say you go from like 300 pounds to 180 pounds. I don't know if that's like a healthy weight, but that's just an example. You know, like the main lesson I want you to take from this video is that losses aren't a 100% net negative. If you reframe your mind to understand that losses, whilst they are still annoying, you can still feel frustrated, you can still feel injustice, just as I do. I hate losing. I'm a very competitive person. Losing just doesn't feel good naturally. I like to win. But if you can understand that losing is part of the process and is part of the improvement of whatever area of life you're trying to get good at, then you can learn lessons about how to improve and become good in the area of life that you want to get. I really apologize if this felt very rambly. This is like no script, basically off my head. I just got off stream, so my mind's a bit frazzled. But I really wanted to like just get this out there because I think it's important for people to understand that the L in losses stands for learning. And if you continue to learn, if you become a lifelong student, you can do anything, basically. That's it from me. if you want Overwatch coaching, check out the link in the description. I've already helped people rank up, and I'm going to continue helping people rank up because it's something that I'm passionate about, and I really love Overwatch, and I want to, because me getting better is enjoyable. I like being good at things, so if I can help other people be good at things, and that's something that they enjoy, just like me, then that's the greatest thing in the world that I can provide. So if you're interested in coaching, check out the link in the description. I'll see you guys next video. Also, I'm gonna start plugging this. I stream on Twitch at K24Kai06. So I think that's what, twitch.tv/K24Kai06. See you guys later. Peace.